Hey guys, Serge here, and in today's video I will show you different paradigm shifts, different ways of thinking to actually achieve all your goals and understand how business is really working. So as you can see here, we have how is broker thinking, how 5-figure year is thinking, and how 6-figure year is thinking. These are completely different ways of thinking, and as a result, they are also different outcomes of all the actions they are taking. So guys, remember, as a man thinketh, so is he. So that is why you have to get your mindset in check before doing anything. And how Brokey is thinking. As you can see, this is triangle framework. So it is the cycle, this triangle framework in the cycle. And how does it work? Brokey is observing the world. Brokey is seeing some stuff. There are like different stimuli. There's different stimulus, different environment. And as a result, he is watching, let's say, guru selling his new flashy object, so just purely selling dreams. And then because he was observing the guru, let's say he was watching some guru on a yacht getting BJ from some hole, getting sloppy toppy, as you know. So because nowadays everyone is selling their lifestyle. Like as you see on YouTube, 95% of people are just purely selling the lifestyle. It's just marketing. I'm not judging, I'm just telling you true facts. And Broke is thinking, okay, if Samuel Onuha is getting sloppy toppy on a yacht from some hole in Marbella and he's driving to Lambos, and he's promoting dropshipping, I also just have to buy his mentorship. I just also have to pick business model called dropshipping, and I will also be the same as Samuel Onuha. Same with Gazi, same with anyone, you name it. You know all the gurus, you know who you're watching, and so you're observing all this stuff, and then you have hypothesis. So if Great Gatsby will tell you, listen, start SMA, start IPGA as sounder stage, start build and release, search Qatari. These are all just different type of flashy objects. This is just purely marketing. The founder, yes, Serge Qatari is getting the bread up. Sounder stage also, M's in a year, pure profit, because everyone is just having this deepest, darkest pains of actually not being in a position, not being able to afford all this fancy stuff that he wants, not being able to travel the world. So he's just looking for this little hope at the end of the tunnel. He is looking for this new magical business model that will help him get to this 100K month in 2 weeks. So then he has this hypothesis. So let's say if Samuel Onuha is promoting dropshipping and he is driving to Lambos and a collie in Dubai, then I will also start dropshipping. And of course, this hypothesis is the wrong one because Broke is not aware of actually how really world is functioning and that everyone out there is just fugazi. 98% out of all the stuff internet is just fugazi. All of you guys are watching to 28 gurus on YouTube, trying to get all the source from everyone, like truly, probably 99.1% people out there are yapping. So that's why also you're lucky that you're watching an entrepreneur with 61 subscribers who's making 5 digits monthly in a sustainable way. So guys, I would just suggest you picking your guru wisely. So as you can see, if you are listening to 28 gurus out there, everyone is promoting different stuff, you are trying everything. And as a result, you don't see any results because what you have to do, you have to pick one thing and stick to it. But going back to our Brokey, he has this hypothesis, okay, I will start X business because someone was promoting it, probably because of his lifestyle. Then he actually put his head down. He was working 12 hours a day and he did it for 10 days, for 2 weeks, for a month. He didn't see any results. So what's his conclusion? Okay, I've been working for 2 weeks. I'm still not driving a collie. Firstly, Samuel Onuha is a scammer. Secondly, this business model is saturated. It is not working. Thirdly, I have to look for new shiny object. So as you can see, then because as you can see, this is a cycle. Observation, some stimuli. Then hypothesis. Brokey most of the time is having just purely wrong hypothesis. So because if you wouldn't have wrong ones, then he would be not stuck at zero for like past few years. And then he has the feedback. So because he was working maybe on a correct business, but he didn't necessarily did it over an extended period of time, and he was just listening to some guru out there who is yapping how to, for example, do dropshipping with affiliate links in description. Of course, like I'm not offending any affiliate links. Then he got his feedback. And what is the feedback? He is still stuck at zero. So then, because this is a cycle, so he is going back, observing the world. And how is he observing the world? He's just purely looking for a new person that will help him finally solve his all the deepest, darkest problems and go from 0 to 100K in 5 days. So Brokey is not really disciplined. Brokey cannot really do anything because he's just looking for this shiny object. He is thinking that when he will finally find a new business model that is like completely blue ocean because some YouTuber with 200K subscribers will promote it, he has this hope that he will finally see any success. And he's just so desperate seeing any success. He's just switching business models every 2 weeks because he don't see any results. And the feedback is just stuck at 0, then still looking for new stimulus, new guru, new sloppy toppy on a yacht, new, you guys name it. Because firstly, if you're watching this video, these things I am saying to you right now might probably resonate to you. And you can see actually that I am telling the truth. And you can see that maybe you were in the past person like that, and you want to see how 5-figure a year, how 6-figure a year is thinking. Maybe it's still you. So if you're right now just looking for this new shiny object and my video on your YouTube popped up, then I just would like you to finally please maybe give a step back and just take a piece of paper, look at your deepest, darkest problems, not at any guru out there. Just pick up a few books and start reading, start thinking, do self-analyzation. If you want some books, you can drop me a DM on IG. In the description, you have 30K month assets that will allow you to, in SMA space, consulting space, info product space. So most of the online businesses that are actually giving not only this one spike of actually cash flow, because like, drop shipping, yes, you will get your lucky product. You will import it from China from 3x the price. Yes, you will make, let's say, 100K profit in 2 months, but then you're going back to 0. So that's why we want to build a sustainable business that is actually bringing and printing money to us every single month in a sustainable and predictable way. So our feedback from observing this, getting hypothesis and looking what is Brokey thinking, don't be a Brokey. That's the thesis. It's not even hypothesis. But of course, no, everyone was a Brokey back in the day. Like right now, I'm not telling Brokey because also being broke is not necessarily the state of your wallet. So you can have a fat wallet, but you are still broke. And also you can have no money. You can be completely poor, but then you're not a broke, because being broke is just purely the mind. So now, how 5-figure a year is thinking. Also, it is all just triangle framework, cycle, and there's also observation. So just some stimulus. He was maybe, reading some stuff. Maybe he was watching kind of YouTube. Maybe maybe some blog popped out. He just needed some stimulus, whatever it is. After that, he's doing market research. He is asking himself a question. Is that stimulus that I've came across is truthfully the thing that might potentially make me more money? So he's thinking. Then he is finding people in that niche, in that business, who might be explaining firstly how it works. What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Because every single business model out there has some advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons. Like there is no this wishy-washy, as you guys know, get rich quick scheme. No. Building a business is painful. But 5-figure a year is thinking, okay, I was setting appointments, let's say, for last 3 months. I'd made 3K a month, pretty normal. Right now, someone told me to maybe start a consulting company. So 5-figure a year is thinking, okay, what is consulting company? What is consulting? What is consultancy offers? Everything about this topic. And then firstly, there's this paradigm shift that actually, okay, I can see opportunity in this one field. I want to pick this one field, not many things out there. I want to pick this one thing. I want to have this one source of knowledge from one single individual who has enough content assets explaining how it works, what to do, how to scale it, how to grow it. And I want to stick not only to him telling me the source, but also to this business model until I am making more money. That's 5-figure a year. So he tasted some online money. He know it is all working. Like most of the things are working out there, even like drop shipping, everything. It is guys, it is working. You just might not be qualified enough right now in your current identity. And because of that, you're just not able to, make more money. but you can become the person who is actually able to live this phenomenal lifestyle, retiring your parents, making shit ton of money. But right now you're not able, because if you could, you would be already balling out there in Bali, potentially. But if you're not doing that yet, then your current identity can do it. So the main thing that actually is differentiating a brokey, how is brokey thinking and how 5-figure year is thinking, is that the hypothesis is a good one. Before it was just completely wrong one, shiny object, I want to start this new thing, 100K, get rich quick scheme, something like that. But 5-figure year, okay, some business model, I want to stick to it. One source of knowledge, I want to actually make it work. Then he's taking correct steps. So there's no point in, for example, learning Facebook advertisement in SMA if you don't have even any client to run this advertisement to. There's no point in you learning all the Zapier and Go high level automations if you don't have anyone on board. Guys, you just have to remember there are different phases for different time of a journey. So it is, you just have to make sure that you are taking correct steps in a correct time. So timing is very important. So firstly, he's focusing on, of course, client acquisition, because there's no point in learning what is service delivery, what is client retention. Of course, it will give you the confidence. Yes, I know on the sales call, it's pretty hard to actually sell something you have no idea how it works. So you just have to know that you won't sleep, you won't eat, you won't go out until you will over deliver your promises to your clients. And once you have this, also another paradigm shift of actually giving it all after getting clients on board, and not scamming them, not stealing their money from their wallets, then you will succeed. So you just firstly have to acquire clients. Meanwhile, of course, doing content. Content is completely high leverage task, probably one of the highest I did. Like, amount of clientele I am getting from YouTube with 61 subscribers is completely mind-blowing. Like, even just last week, I signed 3 clients for my mentorship just purely because of the YouTube and because of the videos I've recorded 1 month ago. So you don't need many views, you don't need many subscribers, many followers. You just have to have your ideal clientele in the people who are actually watching. So you just have to target correct people. You just have to somehow generate any attention. I've recorded plenty of videos about how to generate attention, how to convert attention, but just purely last week, 3 clients for my mentorship. So that's also just a proof that the value I am sharing in these videos about here in YouTube is completely mind-blowing. Like, I am aware that the things I am showing guys here for free, others are charging multiple 5 figures for that. But also, if you want to actually differentiate yourself from this not necessarily saturated market, but from actually market where everyone is building personal brand of making 10K a month, like all of the 80% of the people out there are recording some things without having any value, without sharing any value. And I'm of course not judging, because for some people just sharing their journey might be valuable. Yes, guys, and as a result, because 5-figure month mindset have taken correct steps, did correct things, he got the feedback. And what is the feedback? Not as a broke, he's stuck at 0, but as we can see here, he closed his few high-ticket deals. Then he maybe finally went from 5-figure a month just to 6-figure, because he got some character, he got some new skills, he got some new wisdom, knowledge, information from actually, learning all the steps, mastering few crucial skills, sticking to one business model, mastering everything he needs to know in order to actually even make money in the first place. And he got the feedback. And the feedback is few high-ticket deals, and now what he's doing with his money. He's not instantly popping champagne, popping domes in a club. He is then reinvesting into the business. He is then leveraging other automations, systems. He's starting to fire because he is aware that he have to be willing to spend money to make more money. Because money at the end of the day is just a tool. It's a tool to buy things, to exchange value, to save time, to have some experiences and pleasure. Like money, there's no point in having money, truthfully. If money is not multiplying themselves, then there's no point in having that. And 5-figure a month is actually aware that he has to spend money for mentorship, from appointment setters, growth specialists, anyone to make more money. So that's why he is also hiring people. He's mastering essentials, but because he's like still 5-figure a year, he is doing like still things manually. So even though he's like leveraging automations, he is maybe still not aware about how to automate most of the things. And as a result, he's just doing most of the things still manually, but he has some small team. So it allows him to scale right now because there's even different decisions. There's decision for sowing and for reaping. So the actions you're taking right now, because this is the business, this is delayed gratification. You just have to purely accept it. You will see the results of these actions in the future. So 5-figure a year, has small team, then he's looking for next stimuli, also correct one, maybe some new automations, new softwares, new specialists. He is just doing a great job. He's on his way to actually becoming the 6-figure a year. And guys, I cannot tell you what is 7-figure a year business owner, entrepreneur thinking, because I'm not there yet. I am right now at 6 figures because I'm making multiple 5 figures every single month. And how is it working here? Also, as you can see, same. We are all observing the world. And what is more important, we are observing the world by the color of our lenses. So how we perceive things is 100% dependent on our knowledge, our previous experience, our wisdom. And 6-figure a year has this skill of actually seeing the world in a different way than 98% of people in the world. Because he can see the opportunities, he can see what is working. He's aware about all the different paradigm shifts, different tasks, different knowledge he need to acquire to making money. So there's also some stimuli. Then from this stimuli, he know that in order to grow and scale even past 7 figures a year, he know exactly, he just need one mentor from the beginning, giving tailored informations that allow you to scale. I had the mentor in the beginning. Every single person that I know is right now, any successful, had the mentor in the beginning. But guys, you have to remember, only mentor won't get you to the top. Mentor plus hard work will get you to the top. So 6-figure a year is lifetime student. He is eager to learn all the time. He know that he don't know anything. He's just a knowledge to know, just to make 6-figure a year. But he is completely aware and he completely knows that because of the fact that there are people spending 6 figures in a club in one single night, and he's making that in a year, he knows that he still doesn't know shit. But as you can see here, hypothesis from the observation is the best one. So observing the things that the mentor was telling him and getting the information from that, it makes hypothesis. And the hypothesis from that is the best. Also, the stimuli, what differentiates all these ways of thinking is actually different stimuli. So here is a stimulus from the guru selling wishy-washy stuff on YouTube. Here is stimuli is some person who is still not maybe necessarily aware, who is still starting out. He just tasted some online money and then he is just looking for this one business model that will allow him to scale and get freedom, money, whatever he wants. But here the person is already making good money and he had to in the beginning comprehend in phenomenal way the actual sources of the knowledge. He's observing the purest source that is available in the world because there is knowledge out there. They are out there people who have the knowledge. You just have to observe them and then you just making your hypothesis, and because of the hypothesis you are taking certain actions, certain steps. So what is 6-figure a year doing? He's building new offers. He's innovating things. He's delegating things. He also focuses on the volume because what you have to do is, like, so many people out there are talking about the quality or quantity. But guys, just imagine where would you be right now if you would do the same if you would do both at the same time. If you would do quantity, you'll be probably out there with a rollie in Bali. If you just do highest volume possible of the best quality things in every single place. So the best emails sending to thousands prospects a day. Best DM script, best advertisement, best everything. Of course, it will come in the future. You won't be the best in the beginning at everything. Here you are building real systems, real infrastructure, real team around your product, real team around you. And it just allows you to scale and grow faster than ever. Feedback, multiple 5 figures monthly. Having freedom, starting to have even more freedom. There's also this very interesting thing that I was observing, that in the beginning you are working 16 hours a day and looking barely any results. But because of the fact that all of the information and actions are compounding, because like it's normal, action, reaction. So as far as you're putting the action every single day, you will see you have to see the reaction, Newton's law. And in the beginning, 16 hours a day, barely any reaction right now. But in the future, you will see that you can be working 8 hours a day and looking purely at the monetary things, making thousands a day. Even though you're working less, but you're focusing all your energy, attention, and time, so purely all you have, on the highest leverage tasks possible. And the feedback, multiple 5 figures monthly, building infrastructure, building teams, and of course, doubling down on the actions that are giving you the biggest asymmetry. So what does it mean? Input you are doing gives you the most amount of output possible. What does it mean? For example, input $1, output $5. If you have, for example, two options of spending on one software that you are spending, let's say, $100 a month, and that saves you 3 hours a day, makes you 10,000 a month, and you have this other software that saves you only 1 hour a day and makes you 1,000 a month, you have to double down on the first software, just the example, but you have to double down on the things that are proven, that that are working, and that are giving you the biggest asymmetry, so biggest leverage, lowest amount of input resulting in the most amount of output. And that's basically how Six Figure is thinking. So as you can see, just purely some paradigm shifts, some different ways of observing the world and getting different hypotheses, not necessarily hypotheses brainwashed by some guru on YouTube, by hypotheses that you made in a conscious and subconscious way on your own. And also a very important thing, as you can see here we got this wall, very thick wall. You cannot jump over the wall. This wall is blocking you and stopping you from achieving all your goals. Why? Because you have some illusions. It is important to have some self-delusions, like let's say you have to be completely self-delusional in the beginning. So even if you're making $0 a month, you have to be self-delusional in the way that you're a person that is able to make money online in the first place. Then you have to be the self-delusional who is actually manifesting and attracting things and then putting the work. So, of course, you won't manifest a Lamborghini, but you have to be self-delusional in a way that that you will build such a valuable stuff that will, in exchange, will give you Lamborghini, if that's the case. These are the illusions that are needed and that you need to have, but there are also some illusions that are completely blocking you, as you can see here, stopping you from achieving all your goals. What's that? You are believing that you will receive a new answer beyond what you know already without learning new stuff. What does it mean? So you think that if you won't try to learn new things, if you won't read a book, if you won't listen to that podcast, you will learn something new. But of course you will not. You won't have any progress and you will even go down, because world is constantly moving. You have to also be moving. You have to also be acquiring new knowledge. That's very, guys, fucking important. Just please don't stagnate. Don't think, keep your ego to the side. Don't think that you know everything what is out there, because we don't, guys, know shit. So just pick the book, listen to this podcast, be willing to learn new stuff. But what is important, learn new stuff and get some hypothesis that is actually correct. So write at the paper, XYZ. What is that? Why? What? When? All the things, just pen, paper, yourself, no music, no distractions, that's it. Second illusion. Like truthfully, because of all the yapping out there, you are very rarely finding any useful stuff on YouTube. So if you're still watching this video, you know it's valuable. You can see the value I am sharing on this channel, that is completely phenomenal. But like most of the time, it's just purely form of procrastination. So you're thinking, yes, I will watch a new Iman Gadzhi video because it will be this way of actually looking at all these riches, all the G-Wagons, all the yachts, and because I am imagining myself with great Gatsby on a yacht, I will make money. Guys, wake the fuck up. There is source on YouTube, but you also have to remember that you need some scarce knowledge. So, for example, when I was learning biology to my exams a few months ago, I was listening to some Pakistani with 20 subscribers, and he had the best knowledge about the biology out there. Because, guys, if you are still reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, do you really think you will get any advantage in the business? If you're reading Robert Cialdini, like whatever, guys, you just have to look for this scarce knowledge that is actually no one talking about, that is everyone keeping to themselves. You will only get it from like some YouTubers with 61 subscribers. That's me. And maybe some network events. So that's also, networking is very important. Some maybe books on Amazon that has like, 1,000 sold units. You just have to look for the things that are giving you the most amount of advantage. YouTube channels with like 20 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 200 subscribers. Like, look for this source and look for the resources that are actually scarce, that not many people have access to. And that's like actually where all the hidden gems are like, located. And also you're assuming that other success stories are directly relating to your own situation. So what does it mean? You just think that if someone recorded a video for you, how I went from college dropout to making 6-7 figures in a month, you will watch this 30-minute video in 125 speed. You will think, okay, I dropped out of the college, I started OnlyFans agency, I made 7 figures in 2 months. Right now I am balling, I know everything about the world, I am this anomaly. You just have to, guys, purely understand that every single individual is different. That is also why courses, for example, have like, let's say, 10% success rate. There is no specific solutions to the problems that individuals are having. That is why one-on-one has success rate 90%, and 10% is just purely because of your clients. So you'll still, even though you'll give them all the knowledge, everything they have to do, all the blueprint, because they are limiting beliefs, they not putting the work, and they not doing like, what they have to do. This is the reason why this is just 90% success rate. But as far as you're putting the action every single day on the stuff that your reliable resources telling you, so you've done your research, you know that this person is not only yapping and not only talking, but he also walked the path before. Then you're listening to him, he's telling you, do XYZ, you are doing XYZ, you got the feedback, then you're going back here, new observation, new stimuli, new hypothesis, new feedback. It is just doing more correct actions than the bad ones in a specific time frame. So the good thing in a bad time is a bad thing. If you will think deep down about what I just told you, you will get many answers to your life. Like, I will repeat it. Good thing at a bad time is a bad thing. Now you just have to think about it. So just, guys, you are different. You are an individual. Don't assume that other success stories will relate to you. You just have to look at it, just maybe looking at the knowledge, what he told you, not necessarily what worked for him. Yes, you can also listen to that, but you just have to think critically what he's telling you, what he's saying to you. And all these illusions are like this very thick wall of that is actually stopping you from achieving all your goals. And also, making decisions is crucial in nearly every aspect of life, particularly in business. Why? You don't have this safety net in business. You are either going bankrupt, but you've been trying. You know there is no other way of actually buying Rari, Lamborghini, Rolexes than being an entrepreneur, not working 9 to 5. Because in business, you are being rewarded by the amount of value you are providing to others. And in 9 to 5, you are just rewarded to the amount of time you're working. So because everyone knows that time is finite, money is not finite, being entrepreneur gives you the opportunity, is the correct model of actually making the mind-blowing amount of money. So it's just the right vehicle, but it won't guarantee you making millions, because then every single entrepreneur would be a millionaire, and like, as we know, 95% are like still stuck at zero, making nothing. But yeah, that's just the name of the game. They just don't have access to the correct knowledge. And to advance to the next level, it's vital to make choices that guide you towards the desired results. So timing correct actions, doing stuff that is actually important right now in the correct time, and then it is inevitable to reach all your goals, all the reactions to the actions you've taken in the past. I thought this video will be shorter, but it came out longer. But I hope all these paradigm shifts are helpful to you, and this video was helpful to you at all. You can DM me on IG if you have any questions. And that's it, guys, for today, and see you next time, and peace.